Eid al-Adha, also known as the Festival of Sacrifice, is one of the most sacred and widely celebrated holidays in Islam. But what's the real story behind this tradition? Why do millions of Muslims around the world commemorate it by sacrificing animals? The roots of this festival stretch back thousands of years and tie deeply into one of the most powerful stories of faith and submission in religious history. The story begins with Prophet Ibrahim, known as Abraham, in the Jewish and Christian traditions. In Islamic teachings, Ibrahim was a man of profound faith. One night, he had a dream in which Allah, the Arabic word for God, commanded him to sacrifice his beloved son. To Ibrahim, this wasn't just any dream, it was a divine instruction. Though heart-wrenching, he was ready to obey, believing that true faith means complete submission to the will of God. As the moment of sacrifice approached, Ibrahim shared the vision with his son, Ismail. The Quran recounts that Ismail, rather than resisting, encouraged his father to carry out the command, expressing his own willingness to submit to Allah's will. This powerful moment between father and son is remembered as a symbol of trust, obedience, and unwavering belief. But just as Ibrahim was about to sacrifice his son, Allah intervened. A ram was sent down from the heavens to be sacrificed in his place. It was a divine test, and both Ibrahim and Ismail passed. Their willingness to surrender to God's will was rewarded with mercy and grace. Today, Muslims all over the world commemorate this event through the act of Qurbani, or ritual animal sacrifice. Animals such as sheep, goats, cows, or camels are humanely sacrificed in accordance with Islamic law. But the ritual isn't about blood or meat, it's about symbolism. The act represents a Muslim's willingness to give up something valuable for the sake of God, just as Ibrahim was prepared to give up his son. The meat from the sacrificed animal is carefully divided into 3 parts. 1/3 is kept for the family, 1/3 is shared with friends and relatives, and 1/3 is donated to those in need. It's a powerful way of promoting charity, community, and equality. It ensures that no one, regardless of wealth or status, is left out of the celebration. Eid al-Adha takes place on the 10th day of Dhu al-Hijjah, the 12th and final month of the Islamic lunar calendar. It also coincides with the final days of Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca that every able-bodied Muslim must undertake at least once in their lifetime. The connection between Hajj and Eid al-Adha reinforces the spiritual importance of self-sacrifice, unity, and purification. The day begins with a special prayer held in large congregations, sometimes in mosques, sometimes outdoors in open fields. Worshippers dress in their finest clothes, symbolizing spiritual renewal and a fresh start. After prayers, families come together for festive meals, share gifts, and engage in acts of kindness and generosity. Beyond the rituals and celebration, the deeper meaning of Eid al-Adha lies in its call to personal reflection. What are we willing to sacrifice in our own lives? Are we living with integrity, compassion, and devotion? It invites Muslims, and anyone who reflects on the story, to think about their own values, their attachments, and their relationship with a higher purpose. Now here's something you might find fascinating. Did you know this story also appears in the Bible? In the book of Genesis, chapter 22, we find a similar account. God, referred to as Yahweh, commands Abraham to offer his son Isaac as a sacrifice. Just as Abraham prepares to carry out the command, an angel of the Lord stops him. A ram is sacrificed instead, symbolizing Abraham's obedience and God's mercy. This moment is known in Jewish tradition as the Akedah, or the binding of Isaac. However, there's a key difference in the Islamic and Judeo-Christian versions of the story. In Judaism and Christianity, it is Isaac, the son of Sarah, who is to be sacrificed. But in Islam, the son is traditionally believed to be Ismail, the son of Hagar. While the theological interpretations differ, the central themes, faith, obedience, and divine compassion, remain beautifully consistent across all three Abrahamic faiths. Ultimately, Eid al-Adha is much more than a holiday. It's a reminder that true faith often requires sacrifice, not always in the form of material things, but in our egos, habits, and desires. It teaches us to let go of what holds us back and trust in something greater. It reminds us to be generous with our blessings and to stand in solidarity with those who have less. So the next time you hear about Eid al-Adha, remember, it's not just about the sacrifice of an animal, it's about the spiritual journey of surrender, trust, and love. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay curious and keep your mind in motion.